What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here. Today we're looking at the Marvel Legends Deadpool and Bob Agent of Hydra figures by Hasbro. I completely forgot I pre-ordered this. Now this was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, but they also put it up on Hasbro Post and it sold out immediately. I was lucky enough to grab one when it went up, and it didn't start shipping until like the beginning of this month, basically. At least for me it did. So I'm just now reviewing this. The only reason why I picked this up is mainly because of Deadpool and the accessories. That's it. I had no interest in getting the Bob figure or character. I only got Deadpool because I needed an updated Deadpool figure for my Marvel vs. Capcom roster. The only Deadpool figure I ever had was the Toy Biz one, and I don't have that one anymore. But let's look over the packaging real quick. So it is in the standard windowless packaging, really. But you know, you got like some nice artwork in the background that shows like Deadpool up there, and then of course the render shots of the figures. Marvel Legends series, Hasbro logo at the bottom. So here's the top right here, just has the Deadpool logo. The bottom is of course nothing. On this side we just get, well, an unmasked sort of unmasked of Deadpool right there, and then the Marvel Legends logo up there basically, and then the logo of Deadpool, and then the other side just has Bob and Deadpool right there. And then the back is actually pretty cool. You know, you got these two posing, and then you have all the accessories that it comes with, which was again another reason why I wanted to grab this, because the accessories looks really cool. Marvel Legends up there, stuff at the bottom right there. So yeah, that was the packaging right there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack these out of the box and take a closer look. Okay, so here are the figures out of their packaging right here, and so far I am actually enjoying myself with these figures and like all of the accessories. Like, I'm actually liking this entire set as a whole, really. I thought I was only just gonna really like just the Deadpool figure and then like a couple of the accessories and not care too much about the Bob figure, but I am actually liking everything here. Now there are some things that, you know, it's in a way, but not a whole lot. I don't have like a whole lot of problems with these figures. Like, for example, Bob, like, even though I didn't really care too much about this figure, but it's actually not bad. I don't have a lot of like problems with this guy. You know, he can stand well, the articulation's fine, the paint job's not too bad on him. Like, this is actually like okay. I don't really mind this figure. I think it's actually okay. And then of course Deadpool I love, which is why I really got the entire set. But I like the figure and then the accessories that these guys come with, so I think that's why I'm pretty satisfied with this release so far. So I actually want to talk about this Deadpool figure. Now obviously, like I said, the main reason why I got this figure is really just to add to my Marvel vs. Capcom roster of figures. It's not as accurate to how he is in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, of course. Like, I know like these you know, these black swirls on his eyes were like a lot bigger. He was more muscular, and I think he had like some black designs or whatever on his feet. And I believe like he didn't have these straps either. I think he just had like just a one strap, I believe. So you know, it's not going to be perfect, but I think it's like close enough for me, honestly. And you know, it's pinless too, so I guess that's pretty cool. But I know he definitely had like the red straps here, and then like the belt there, really. So you know, that's cool. And I think the lines were just to his hips too, I believe, because I know sometimes Deadpool has some, like, he'll have another design where like the black lines will go all the way down, but this time it's just only here. So yeah, I can't really tell you what's accurate or not, because I know sometimes Deadpool, he has a couple of designs. Like sometimes he'll have like just one strap or so that goes across here. I don't know, but I do like this Deadpool figure so far, and you know, I like Deadpool, so I'm happy with this. You know, we're probably not going to get another Deadpool figure until maybe they make a Deadpool 3 like movie wave, you know, whenever that movie comes out. That'll probably be the next time we see a Deadpool figure, but I'm satisfied with this one, honestly. I think this actually looks pretty nice. So the body is the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. I can't really tell you what's reused or not. I just know this is the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man body because I mainly collect most of the time the Spider-Man figures from Marvel Legends, so that's why I kind of like noticed that one. But everything else looks pretty nice. I really like the Deadpool logo on the belt. I think the pouches actually look pretty nice. The paint on like the silver buttons look nice, along with like the legs here. And these are like separate pieces. Like, this is like a floaty belt. This thing is as well. Some of these things are like removable. So the black collar on his head, if I pop the head off, look, there it goes. It just fell off right there. So you know that thing is removable. These red bands right here on his wrist, they're also removable. So as you can see, just popped it off. So that's really cool. He has a couple of removable things and like floaty pieces, which is nice. So like, you know, the straps right here that's connected to the sheaths. I don't think the sheath is removable on this part, but you can like actually take this off if you really want to, as you can see out when I was like pulling the thing down. And yeah, and then like this thing, you know, you can move around. But yeah, it's pretty nice. I think this is a nice Deadpool figure. I do wish he was a little muscular, but I think the body they chose is okay. Unless like this is based off of another comic, I have no idea. But I'm liking this Deadpool figure though. I am actually liking it. He is like glossy though. I feel like he's too glossy to the torso, because the arms, you know, they're not like as glossy as the torso is, along with the legs too. But I mean, he still has like the muscle texture going on, as you can see, and then like to the back, like the arms. I mean, Deadpool is he is a brolic guy, but he's just not like as skinny as this though, really. But yeah, overall, I'm liking this figure a whole lot. The head sculpt though, on the other hand, is not the best really, because I feel like it's weird because it doesn't have like that flap that you usually see on Deadpool's mask. They have it for the interchangeable one, as you can see, and the interchangeable one, like, it has more details on it too. Like, you know, like these lines here, you can see the ears. But this one, I mean, you can kind of see it in a way. I don't know, that just could just be the way how the plastic is really. But this one's more visible, and it has like these lines to the side and then that flap. But this one is just, it's just really plain, honestly. So that's the only thing I don't really like about the head sculpt. Now on to Bob. So you know, the bandolier is pretty nice. You know, it got like the pouches here to the side. The belt looks pretty nice too. You see like the silver buckle right there, and then coming on down, just, you know, basic yellow boots right here. And yeah, pretty much that. And then the head sculpt is fine too, honestly. I don't really have a problem with it. I think the head sculpt is okay. And then look, you can even see his ears. So yeah, it's pretty much that. So I don't really know a whole lot about Bob, like I said, but I think the figure looks okay, honestly. Okay, and now for the articulation, starting off with Deadpool. So Deadpool does have a double ball peg to the head, but there's not a whole lot of range really. Like, to look up, you're mainly just getting about there, and then looking down just about there, and then like your tilts, I mean, yeah, not so much really. I'm never really a fan of how they do their double ball peg. There's just not a whole lot of range that you can really do with these, and I don't really think the collar is really getting in the way either. So yeah, not a whole lot you can really do with the head. You're really just gonna get a full rotation out of that. For the shoulders, you do get a hinge to the shoulder, which goes just high about here. There are butterfly joints, and they go back pretty far back, which is pretty nice. Forward, it's okay, not a whole lot really you can do going forward, and I don't think the straps is really hindering that, because even if I want to put it here, like I just put it here, you can see even like I can't really push it anymore. So yeah, not a lot really to go forward, but of course you have your full rotation there. You have your bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows. You get that much range. For the wrist, you get a full rotation out of that, and they're actually on vertical hinges, which is pretty nice. So that's nice. I think most of them are on vertical hinges. I believe one of them is on horizontal hinges, but that's pretty cool right there. You do have the diaphragm joint going there, so to the side you get this much, and then right there going forward just about there, and then back just using this. But then you have the inverted ab crunch. He can go you know, forward about there, and then back just about there, which is nice. Now for the hips, out to the side, you get just about this, as you can see, And then there are drop down hips, so without the drop down, he can kick forward just about here, and then with the drop down you can have him kick forward up about here. You do have your upper thigh cut, your double jointed pinless knees, which is pretty cool, and then you have a swivel to the calf right there. And then for the ankles, they go back about here, forward about there. You have your ankle rocker, and then you have your toe hinge. Now for Bob, so he actually gets the hinge for the head, so he can look up, like, you know, up here really. I mean, these are mainly good for looking up and down, because they really just break the neck really, so looking down right there. But of course you don't really get like any, you know, tilts or anything like that. And then, you know, you got your rotation out of there. For the shoulders, they just go, well, they actually go a lot higher than Deadpool, so they go up about here. You do have your butterfly joints, goes back really far back. Forward not so much. The bandolier probably gets in the way, but about there forward. You do have full rotation to the shoulder as well. You have your bicep swivel, and then double jointed pinless elbows get that much range. You do have rotation to the wrist, and he also does have the vertical hinge to his wrist, which is cool. Now he does have the inverted ab crunch only, so you know, forward about here and then back just about here really. But he does have the waist cut, so you have rotation to the waist. For the hips, no drop down hips on this guy's, but he can kick forward just about there, back just about there. You have your upper thigh cut out to the side, which I almost forgot to show off, but out to the side just about here. Double jointed pinless knees, just I can't even get this one out. Double jointed pinless knees back about here, but the lower leg is a bit too long. There is boot rotation right there, and then for the ankles, back about there, forward about there, and then your ankle rocker. Alright, now moving on to the accessories, there is a ton, so I am going to try to go over this really fast. So like I showed off earlier, you do have sort of like the unmasked head sculpt of Deadpool. Not like fully unmasked, but you just have it where the mask just kind of goes up here. You do get interchangeable fisted hands for Deadpool, and these are on the horizontal hinges, as you can see. So we have that. He has these, a little hard to kind of grab these because how small they are, but you do have like your weapon holding hands, as you can see. They're like in a gripping gesture right here. So you have those. You have these right here, which you have like one where he's giving you like a peace sign, and then he's giving you a thumbs up. So that's pretty cool right there. Or I guess you can use it for a thumbs down too, really. And then you really just have your other set of I guess like your pointer finger hands, and then this is the trigger finger hands really, because the figure, once you get the figure out of the packaging, it has the same thing. So you can get, you know, 2 pointing finger hands and then like, you know, 2 trigger holding hands really. So basically you have that for Deadpool. Now for Bob, he only gets just 2 extra interchangeable hands. Like you have the, you know, the trigger holding hands for both, and then you just have the 2 fisted hands. So he doesn't get a whole lot of like hand gestures as Deadpool does. He doesn't get a whole lot of style pose hands. You do have this, which I would assume does come with him, but you have like this symbol right here on this briefcase, which is pretty cool. Nothing going on to the back, but in the front, you know, you can actually open it, and you know, you got some unique things going on here. There's like a banana, some, you know, keys right there, and can't really make out what the rest of that stuff is really, but you can actually take this out though, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty nice. I think this is like a pretty cool accessory for Bob right there. Now these other accessories, I don't know if these are for him, but you are getting like some submachine guns. This is like basically just a green molded plastic really. This just has green, but then, you know, black going on there. The mags aren't really removable, they're just, you know, there. But you do get these submachine guns, which is cool. You do get dual pistols right here, so we have that going on. And then this is actually really cool. You get like this pink bazooka right here. I don't know if these like are part of like the comic or whatever. I don't know who goes with who's really. I have no idea. But this is pretty cool, honestly. Kind of, I don't know why, but it just looks like something I'd see in Fortnite, honestly, the way how it is. Now what's cool is that this this glove right here, this boxing glove, you can actually remove that and you can like put this on the Deadpool figure. I mean, you can put it on Bob too, but it's cool that you can actually like put these on the figures, which is nice. I like things like this. I think that's what makes like accessories really fun. But you can actually like put that on Deadpool's hand. It doesn't really fit too well, but I mean, you know, it can still work, which is really cool. So, you know, that's cool that you can put that onto your figures. Now these are interesting. I thought of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with these accessories. So you have like these nunchucks right here. They're orange, you know, like Michelangelo, and you know they got like a nice sculpt near the end right here. And they're not like bendy wire or anything. These are actually just like molded, really. But you know, that's cool right there. You have this staff right here, and then the purple near the end for like Donatello. So that's cool right there. And then of course you have like the katanas like Leonardo. Only thing is, I wish they were like a little bit longer. They're kind of short in a way. But what's cool is that you can still put these on to the sheath. For Deadpool if you want. If I can try to do that. Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can put that between here, which is cool. So yeah, that's cool. So you got that going on for Deadpool. And then you have the size right here for Raphael. And these actually look pretty nice. I actually really like these. So that's pretty cool. And then you have these lightsabers right here. You know, I guess like a reference to Star Wars, really. The blue one's a little warped though, unfortunately. The red one kind of is in a way, but you do get these. Alright, now before I move on to some figure comparisons, I actually just realized something while I was putting the accessories on these guys. So for Deadpool, I just realized he doesn't even have any holsters for the pistols. I was like, you know, displaying him with the pistols and like posing the guy around, and then I remember he doesn't have any holsters for that, so that really sucks right there. And for Bob, I just realized that he only has the, you know, the trigger holding hands, but he doesn't have like gripping hands, so he's holding the briefcase in the trigger holding hands, which looks, I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but he's not like actually just grabbing on to it like regularly, really. He's kind of like holding it like that in a way. So yeah, I just realized that. And he doesn't have like just regular weapon holding hands either. So you know, holding the nunchucks or whatever, it's gonna look a little odd like that because of the hands that he got. But yeah, that's that kind of sucks right there, honestly. And Deadpool, people might not like the blue katanas on him like that. For me, it's whatever. I could probably find some other katanas I have lying around from like another figure or so, but yeah, just keep that in mind. You're only going to get the blue katanas. I don't know how you guys really feel about that. But yeah, that was my only gripes right there. But man, it does suck he doesn't have any holsters for the pistols. Now for some comparisons, so of course here's Deadpool next to Bob if you wanted to see how these two look. I think, you know, this is okay, really. Deadpool's a little hunched forward because he has a hard time standing. But yeah, this is how these two look next to each other. Now I'm going to do some more comparisons to Deadpool. So of course I got to compare him to Wolverine, or, you know, Logan, really. But yeah, this is how these two look. I still got to get the X-Men 97 Wolverine figure. I still haven't yet to find that figure. But this is the VHS Wolverine. Now another comparison, of course I got to add in that Marvel vs. Capcom comparison right there. But here it is next to the Jada Toys Ryu figure. And then we have the Beautiful Joe figure. I can't remember what company made it. This is a really old figure. I think this is the only Beautiful Joe figure ever. But this is really, really cool. I really like this comparison right here, man. This is really, really cool, honestly. I like this. I love this Deadpool figure, man. He looks so cool with other figures. Alright, so that is going to wrap up this review on the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Marvel Legends Deadpool and Bob Agent of Hydra figure. So while I do have my gripes on a few things on the figures, I will say I still did enjoy myself messing around with these guys. I like the ton of accessories they come with. I feel like you can use these for a lot of other figures if you really want to. The Bob figure is pretty decent. He can stand pretty well and pose fine for me. I think he's actually alright. Deadpool is a little tricky sometimes. I have to work around the legs and feet a couple of times. There are still some things I don't like Deadpool not having holsters for the guns. But overall, I'd say it's a decent 2-pack. Not a must-have by any means, but I think they're pretty cool figures to have in your collection. But let me know what you guys think about these in the comments down below. I don't think this pack is available anymore on the Hasbro post, unfortunately. I don't think they've ever restocked this once it went up for pre-order. So your only option right now is the secondary market. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. But until then, take care, my friends.